Hey guys, welcome back to Affordable. Now I want to start this by saying that I'm sorry for uploading this video kind of late, and also because I haven't uploaded a video throughout the weekend. I've been kind of sick, so that kind of stopped me from making videos throughout the weekend. Now I still don't feel 100%. My voice might sound a bit weird for you guys, but sorry, there's not much I can do against that. But getting into the video, obviously today I want to talk about Real Madrid in Barcelona, yesterday's game. Obviously Barcelona lost 3-1. I have different feelings that what I've seen a lot of people posting. I know that obviously everybody's attacking Barcelona, saying that they played a horrible game. Now I'm gonna be talking about Barcelona first, then I'm gonna touch about Real Madrid because really there's not much to say. They play a great game. So first, let's talk about Barcelona. I thought that the first half they honestly played really well. I thought that the defense was solid. The best player for me, if I had to choose from Barcelona yesterday, was Umtiti. He showed a lot of class. I mean, I honestly criticized this player in the past where I said that he lacks a bit of personality and just sometimes inexperience. Yesterday he showed me a total different person. Honestly, he was a solid defender. There were some scenarios where he wasn't one-on-one with Bell, and I thought that he solved those perfectly. Also, you know, Barcelona likes to come out playing with the defenders, controlling the ball, passing the ball, and there were some scenarios that they would put a lot of pressure on Titi, and again he came out with a personality. He didn't get any weariness. He just came out playing and he did it solid. Honestly, if there's something positive they can come out with if you're a Barcelona fan, I think it has to be that Umtiti is showing that he's already ready to be the best defender in Barcelona. Honestly, I thought that he was more solid than Piqué yesterday. Now besides that, a lot of people were criticizing the middle of the field, saying that Coutinho is needed now. I disagree with that sense because I thought that the middle of the field did a great job. I thought Iniesta, Busquets, and Rakitic did a really good job, especially in the first half. They controlled most of the pace. At the end of the first half, I actually thought that they could have scored. Real Madrid kinda got a big loss. Sometimes obviously Real Madrid is not used to playing without the ball, and when they play against Barcelona they lose control of the ball a lot of the times, so that's not really a spot that Real Madrid is used to that. And I thought that the first half they could have honestly scored a goal. And then I'm getting to what I thought was the biggest issue with Barcelona. Now I hate pointing my finger at someone that is young and that is basically coming back to the club and that came from the Masia, and that is Deulofeu. Obviously he had a big shoes to fill replacing Neymar in that position, but the thing that worried me the most is that he kind of didn't show a personality, and that is something that I hate in the player, where he was more afraid of making a mistake than he was to, I would say, show off that he's a capable player. I mean, there were some scenarios where he was on one-on-one with Carvajal, and I get it, maybe Carvajal is gonna beat you in a one-on-one, but even if that is the case, I would say that if you're someone young that's trying to prove to the coach, you have to go for it. I wouldn't mind if he didn't go for it after he tried maybe to go out of Carvajal maybe once or twice and that didn't work. Then maybe, okay, maybe that's not the way to attack. But there was so many times that he wasn't a one-on-one with Carvajal and he didn't attack him once. He was scared of Carvajal. He didn't really want to challenge Carvajal. Every time he got the ball, he either passed it back to Iniesta or tried to look for Jordi Alba, or if not, that he was trying to force a pass into Messi or Suarez that basically didn't work out, and that it ended up being intercepted and actually caused Barcelona to get a lot of counterattacks. So Deulofeu for me was really the weakest link of the game, I would say, and I just hate the fact that he never tried to go at Carvajal. When you're playing with Messi and Suarez, there's a lot of space that you get. There's so many space that you get because the defense has to be worried about Messi and Suarez. So that means that the defense is gonna put probably two defenders on Messi. They know that Varane needs to be worried about Messi, so he's not gonna help out Carvajal in the one-on-one. And the same thing is with the other side. Suarez obviously getting defended, getting covers. Real Madrid was basically saying, hey, you know what, we're not gonna worry about Deulofeu, we're gonna put Carvajal on him. If he gets past Carvajal, then good, they can have that, but he's not gonna do it. And I hate to say it, he didn't. He never attacked. And that is the big difference between Neymar, because if you would have put Neymar in that scenario where you defended him with Carvajal, he will take that personally. He will be like, you're defending me with Carvajal, I'm gonna go by this guy. And that is the mentality you need to have. That aggressiveness of the attacker, of not letting one guy stop you. And I felt like that really is what happened with Deulofeu. Again, I'm not saying that he needs to be Neymar, but he just needs to show a bit of more personality. There was another play that happened that I don't really remember who struck the ball. It might have been Messi, and then the rebound got to Deulofeu and he was wide open. I mean, the goalie was out of place, no one really was covering him, he was by himself already. And then again, the wariness of making a mistake mistake of not knowing what to do, just not really having, I hate to say it, the balls to just make a decision out of the gate. Like, that's what you need to do when you're an attacker. You need to have that mentality of, if you miss, whatever, you gotta move on. The next play is gonna work out for you. But if you make it, then obviously you score a goal, and that is the best thing you can do as an attacker. But he doesn't have that mentality. He's more worried about missing or making the wrong play, that at that position he didn't know whether to shoot to the goal or to pass the ball to Messi. He tried to do, I guess, a mixture of both, but obviously that didn't work out. I mean, honestly, Deulofeu just showed me that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Munir could have played better in that position. I mean, Munir is someone that has like the mentality of attacking on one-on-one, I think. But it seems to be that Valverde is not counting on Munir. He didn't even, I think, call him as a substitute. So he's kind of waiting on Barcelona to move Munir to another club on a loan on the transfer. But he's just not counting on that guy. So besides that, Barcelona has no one that can play in that position. They put Denis Suarez, and I honestly thought Denis Suarez did a better job than Deulofeu. He actually tried. He actually did a really good play where he got a bounce. He got a hit, kind of past two defenders, and then he made a pass, and then I don't get how in the hell Sergio Busquets missed that, but that was a really good play. So I really thought that was the missing piece on Barcelona. I think after that, Barcelona kind of got a bit frustrated of the attack. I thought Messi kind of noticed that basically he couldn't count on the left side to help him out. It was either going to happen between Suarez and Messi to make something happen, and then I think that honestly the attack kind of got centered in the middle, and that is really bad because that is obviously a lot easier for defenders to defend you, and you become a lot more predictable. And then the game kind of broke after the Piqué's own goal. I thought that really affected Barcelona. There's not really much to say about the own goal. I really thought that if Piqué would let the ball go through, I thought Ter Stegen was in the right position to grab the ball, intercept it, and that would have been it. But obviously Piqué goes for the tackle, bad tackle, and just gets an own goal. So definitely, I don't know, I guess a bit of unluckiness in that sense. But yeah, that kind of ended for me the game. Not because Barcelona played really bad after that, but I thought that the thing that they lost after the own goal was the discipline and defense. The thing that kind of like that was different with this Barcelona was that, again, they were really solid at defense in the first half, but after that, obviously in the second half, I thought Barcelona was getting desperate to score a goal, and obviously that kind of broke, that opened a lot of spaces for Real Madrid. And then obviously I think that the biggest plus was when Real Madrid puts in Cristiano Ronaldo, someone that is the perfect player to use those scenarios where Barcelona gives them spaces, and that's really what happened. Now then, obviously the biggest controversy was the penalty. I honestly thought that it wasn't a penalty. I mean, you kind of can see from this picture that Suarez is already going down before there's even any contact. Maybe the only thing that you can say is that the goalie is really close to Suarez. Navas is like right up there, and maybe he would have been a bit more space between them, then he wouldn't call penalty. I mean, he does barely touches him, definitely not enough for a penalty, but I guess that is what confused the referee, and that is why he called a penalty. Obviously Messi scores, and that ties up the game, but I still felt that Barcelona felt like that was a bad result for them, which it was. Honestly, a 1-1 draw is definitely not the best result for Barcelona, so they was still a bit, I would say, desperate to score a second goal. And again, when you leave spaces, that is the typical era of Barcelona, I would say, throughout this last maybe 10 years, and basically Real Madrid has the perfect answer for that. I mean, like I said again, Cristiano came in, he's someone that can use the spaces. I mean, the second goal came from a loss in the middle of the field, and Isco just perfectly puts the ball to the other side. Cristiano Ronaldo on one-on-one with Piqué just destroys Piqué, and then just strikers one incredible shot. But again, that goal I feel like is not a part of this game. I mean, 9 times out of 10, even if Barcelona's playing the best game of their lives, if that play happens again, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to score 9 times out of 10. Especially just a top class shot. I mean, incredible. Cristiano Ronaldo basically scored a goal that only he can do it, honestly. So, incredible goal, honestly, incredible goal. That kind of destroyed, I would say, Barcelona even more. They were even more desperate to score a second goal. Then, I guess this is a bigger controversy than the first one. The red card to Cristiano Ronaldo. To me, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't deserve a red card, especially in this game. See, if I would have seen that play, the Cristiano Ronaldo against Umtiti in a different game, I would have been like, Cristiano Ronaldo dived. It's not a penalty. But this is happening in a game where obviously Suarez is getting called for a penalty. And I mean, if you're gonna call Suarez play a penalty, I mean, I think that this is even a bigger one. I mean, Umtiti at the end grabs him by the shoulder. He let him kind of go. Maybe not grabbing enough to call a penalty, but like I said again, if you call what Suarez happened, happen, a penalty, then you have to call this a penalty as well. Then after that, I think Cristiano Ronaldo kind of goes overboard and kind of pushes the referee. I think that is going to cost him a bit of probably games. But again, like I said, again, for me, it was a penalty, honestly. If you're going to call Suarez, you got to call that as well. Now here's the start of the third goal, and here's what I'm going to talk to you guys about, like just how the game changed of Barcelona and why it was so difficult for them to score. Now look at where Suarez is at. Suarez is the one that's about to get the ball right now. Messi's in the middle, and I think Paco Alcácer is on the right. But look how close they are together. And that is what I was talking about, Barcelona attacking just throughout the middle of the field, that we're not using like the right side. You look at the right side, there's no one there. Look at the left side, there's no one there. So obviously they kind of came together, I will say, in the middle of the field, but that makes the game more predictable. As you guys can see, there's one guy on Suarez, but the other defender is capable to be in a position where he can help out if Messi goes for the ball, or he tries to pass it to Alcácer, or if Suarez tries to make a play. So that guy in the middle of the field is ready to help out any of their teammates. And same thing is for the guy in the middle of the field. You guys see the middle of the field, they're helping out with Messi, and the other guys are obviously helping out as grabbing Alcácer. So that makes it difficult. See, if Suarez will be more to, I would say, to the left side, that means that the guy in the middle couldn't be helping out everybody else. So that means that he either has to commit with Suarez to basically make it a 2-on-1, or has to commit a Messi. If he commits a Messi, that means that Suarez has a 1-on-1, and that can break the defense, where if Suarez gets past that defender, then that would be a disadvantage for Real Madrid. Same thing is if that guy commits on Suarez, that will be a 2-on-1 for Suarez, and that means that Messi will have more space, or Alcácer will have more space. But again, they were playing so close together that to me that kind of made them too predictable. Like right now, the play, when you see it right now, even though I'm not a professional football player, I kind of know the only thing that can happen in this play is either Messi is gonna obviously try to find a space, moving to the left side, running to that space, to the open space, and then Suarez is gonna try to pass that ball to him. And that is really the only play that they have. The other play will be basically passing it back to the middle of the field, but that's not gonna help you out to score a goal. So here we're gonna see the next step, and that is where obviously he goes for the pass, he misses, and that is what I'm saying when you become too predictable. You're becoming too predictable when you play so close together. So the pass bounces back, and then you guys see that the three defenders are kind of collapsing on Suarez, putting a lot of pressure on him, and then he makes a bad call, I would say, in the pass to the back, and he misses the pass totally. Now here's when I want to stop this as well. Now this is going to end up on the last goal with Real Madrid. But here's my biggest issue with how Barcelona kind of played the second half, and the players that also came in. Now here you guys see all of Real Madrid's players. You guys see here the guy that has the ball is Lucas. The guy that's in the middle I think might be Isco. But I know for a fact that the guy that's all the way on the right side of the field, that is Asensio. That is the guy that ends up scoring the goal on the other side. Now here's the thing that I want to show you guys is that you guys see the line here. On the top of the line you guys see that is Vidal. Under him it is Denis Suarez. All the way to the bottom I think is I think that might be Sergio Roberto. No, I think that is Busquets. Yeah, that is Busquets. And this guy right here, this is Jordi Alba. Now look at the defense here. You guys see how much difference they have in between Asensio and Denis Suarez and Vidal. So there should not be a reason why these two guys get beat by this guy, because they already see the counter attack happening. So both of them are already in the mentality of, okay, we got to get back, or at least they should be in that mentality, because they already seeing the counter attack happening. Then you guys see Umtiti here that does the right thing, where he doesn't just back forward. He kind of tries to challenge Lucas in a way to stopping him and slow down the play, which he kind of does. So we're gonna let it go now. Now I want to stop here again, because again, Umtiti is doing the right thing. He's stopping the play. He's making Lucas think that, okay, you're not gonna get past me, so you gotta slow down because your teammates are not with you. Like you guys can see, Lucas is the only one forward, like in the line, almost reaching the middle of the field. The other two guys are more to the back. But here I want to show you guys again. But remember what I showed you guys in the last picture? I showed you guys that Asensio was behind Denis Suarez and Vidal. Now look at here. He already got past them. And I'm sorry, but Vidal is a right wing. He's not a slow player. He should be able to honestly keep the pace. And I mean, he started ahead of Asensio in the run. He started maybe 5 meters ahead. So it was not like Asensio was coming out of nowhere. Like they saw the play happening. And again, he's already beating Vidal and Denis Suarez. And again, here I think the only guy that kind of makes the run right is Jordi Alba. You see Jordi Alba, he kind of is already in the play where he knows that, okay, I kind of gotta worry about more about the guy in the middle, because if Lucas goes basically tries to score the goal itself, then Umtiti can stop it and Piqué can help him out, but I gotta help out the guy from the middle. So he kind of is already slowing down his pace. He's not like running at Lucas. He's kind of slowing down to see if Lucas maybe tries to pass it back to, and if he does that, then he obviously is going to be able to help out with that. Now here I want to stop again, because I mean, it's insane just how much Vidal gets beat. I mean, look at the difference from where they started to where they are now. Asensio was honestly, like, I would say 5 meters to 10 meters away from the plate when they started running, and Vidal got beat by, I don't know what, 20 meters maybe. It's just insane. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Obviously in this position, Jordi Alba, like I said again, he does the right play, but obviously on the other side is wide open. Lucas is going to put the pass behind Piqué's back, and then Asensio is going to have a one-on-one with Piqué, and really there's not much to do. I mean, Umtiti cannot just go for that play, because he knows that he does, then Lucas is just going to go straight forward into the goal. So again, we're going to let it go. Obviously we see the pass goes perfectly, then Asensio just another great strike. I mean, what a goal. A third goal, just top of the right corner, nothing for Ter Stegen to do. But like I said again, the thing that disappoints me the most is just the effort. I thought that Vidal, I thought that Denis Suarez could have done a better run in that play. They already saw the counter attack happening, and they had like 5 to 10 meters of distance ahead of Asensio. I can't even say that Vidal, maybe he was tired, he played the 90 minutes, he might not be able to make it back. But Denis Suarez got beat by basically like 40 meters. Like when you see it at the end of the play, Denis Suarez is not even in the play anymore. You cannot even see Denis Suarez. That's how bad he kind of just stopped running, which makes it, honestly, it doesn't make any sense. He came in the second half. He didn't even play 45 minutes. He's already tired? I don't know. To me, that doesn't make any sense, honestly. And that is really what happened in the game. I thought that obviously everything worked out for Real Madrid's favor. I think that the own goal kind of really affected Barcelona. I didn't thought that they get beat bad. That's what I'm saying. Look at when the plays is happening. This happened in the 89 minutes, and the score was 2-1. So it's not like I would say Real Madrid ran over Barcelona. It was most that they knew how to use the desperation against them, and they do that perfectly. Don't get me wrong. If there's someone that knows how to play Barcelona, is Real Madrid, and they have the players for it as well. They know that Barcelona is gonna take a lot of chances by racing the wings, Vidal and Jordi Alba, and then in the counter attack they're gonna make them pay. I thought that Jordi Alba did also a great job. I cannot put that much things on Jordi Alba, because I thought that the only attack that Barcelona got from the left side was because of Jordi Alba, and he kind of made it back in the plate as well. So honestly, I thought that Vidal is really, I would say, another big issue. I thought that he played well for the attack, but as far as defense, I don't think he was able to make it back. Most of the times Piqué was the one needed to solve that issue on that side. And even on Piqué's side, obviously the own goal was bad, but the two other goals were just impossible. I mean, both of them strike the ball and put it to the top corner. Nothing for Piqué or Ter Stegen to do, honestly. So that is really what I come up with, guys. I think that if I'm the Barcelona coach, I think that I have to go back at Sergio Roberto. I have to speak with him, and I had to tell him that, hey, you know what? You asking for minutes, you want to start in Barcelona, you have to go back to the right wing. I thought that is really the change that they need. Vidal is great for attack, but in defense, I think he's a bit of a liability. I don't know if he can make it back when he's attacking, maybe a counter attack, and that is really I would say the biggest challenge for Barcelona is counter attacks. And I think that Sergio Roberto did a better job last year with that. So that is really what I think the big play is, that okay, we are getting Paulinho as another guy in the middle of the field. You're not gonna have minutes. If you really want to stay in Barcelona, then take the right wing. And honestly, that's what I would do if I'm Sergio Roberto. If I've got to be good in Barcelona and my dream is to play in that team, then honestly I'll play whatever position they needed. Honestly, I know it's not your position. I know you want to be a midfielder, but sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, when you look back at Jordi Alba's career, he used to be a forward, but then he moved to the left wing because that is where he fit perfectly. So I don't know. I thought that is really what I think another fix that they can do with the club. I think it's just basically making Sergio Roberto again the right wing. I thought he did a better job than Vidal did. After that, the only player that they have is Semedo, and Semedo again is another guy that doesn't really have that experience. What we saw in the preseason was nothing to go crazy about Semedo. So I don't know. For me, I think that Sergio Roberto has to be the right wing in Barcelona. Barcelona. Obviously also some transfer needs to happen, but I think that another big winner out of this match could have been Borussia Dortmund. If I'm Borussia right now, I have everything on my side to basically get the deal that I want. I mean, Barcelona is gonna be desperate now. Barcelona is gonna go after trying to sign that player. That is the only guy on the market that is kind of similar to Neymar, is Dembele. So I don't know. I think that Barcelona is probably gonna end up overpaying for that player, but the way that we see it honestly is that if Valverde is not counting on Munir, that is the only player that probably can play in that position, but he doesn't like Munir, so after that there's no one really that can play in that position. So for Barcelona side, I think we gotta wait. Maybe Coutinho and Dembele. I know Paulinho is now official that he's gonna come into the club. So yeah, I think that again, that's the two changes that I will do for, I will say, for the second leg of the Supercopa, is to put Sergio Roberto on the right wing, and obviously hopefully Dembele joins by then and he can put someone there. If not, then I will go with Munir if I will be the coach, but I think Valverde is just gonna probably play with Deulofeu again. But now let's talk about in the Madrid side. Honestly, if you're a Madrid fan, then you probably are the happiest person in the world, because almost everything worked in your favor. Obviously, I think that I said again, the first half it was a bit weird for Real Madrid. They're not used to playing without the ball. That kind of affected them a bit. But obviously, Barcelona doesn't have the Neymar threat anymore. That obviously makes things a lot easier. Deulofeu, I think, played perfectly for Madrid. Basically, it was never challenged Carvajal whatsoever. Actually, some mistakes like those kind of caused a counter-attack to happen. And then again, Madrid knew how to play the situations of the game perfectly. The own goal, they knew how to use it. They knew that after that own goal, the Piqué score, basically they were going to be desperate to score a second goal, so you're going to have a lot of spaces. And then obviously Cristiano goes into the game. He's a perfect player to use those spaces. And then the third goal, again, just Real Madrid knowing how Barcelona plays, knowing what they're going to try to do, and then just basically stopping them. And then the counter attack perfectly with Asensio. I mean, another great goal. If I'm Real Madrid fans, I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, we need another forward. I don't know. Do you really? Asensio seems to be perfectly in that position, honestly. Oh, I'm forgetting about talking about Isco. Isco was like legit, might be the best player right now in Real Madrid. What a player. I mean, he knew how to keep the pace of the game. Even in the first half with Barcelona was controlling the ball, I thought that Isco knew how to like just make some plays for Real Madrid happen by himself. If you were a Real Madrid fan that was a bit sad about James leaving, you shouldn't be, because Isco's getting the time that he deserves and the time that he needs to develop in Real Madrid, and he's showing you that he's really a top class player. Honestly, for me right now, I think that I put Isco as the best player that Real Madrid has. I mean, a top class player, honestly. So yeah guys, that's my thoughts on the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a great day, guys. Take care, guys. Peace.